Salam to my Somali neighbors, to my Muslim neighbors in Minnesota. My name is Alexander James Weiss, and I'm a friend to the Somali people. I don't hold your beliefs, but I do respect your people. I'm glad you're here in Minnesota. My German ancestors emigrated from Germany many years ago, 5 generations ago, to Wisconsin and then settled in Minnesota recently. Many Somalians are first generation Americans, and I want y'all to hear from my heart that I care about Somalia. There's 19 million Somalians living in Somalia, and there are many Somalians living in the state of Minnesota now. I want to say this state needs to be a state of peace, not a state of chaos and destruction. 3 Somali brothers fought a civil war in your country, and I understand the tragedy and the history of your nation, in part. I had 2 good friends growing up in Hastings, the first Somali family I ever met. Very peaceful people, very kind people, not violent, just friendly, like full of love. Mo, Muhammad, and Ahmed. And we actually we're friends. Like, we played basketball together. We're on the same basketball team. And I just want to share what I've seen in the cities regarding some Somali populations, like up here. And like, anybody can be bad, all right? Whether you're white, black, brown, or anything in between. But we need to refocus some of the things that are going on in families, in white families, in brown families, in black families. We need to learn to get along in peace with people of other ethnic backgrounds, with other religious backgrounds, and we need to try to keep peace. We don't want to bring a foreign civil war here. We don't want to bring a foreign fight here. I had a problem at the gym that I was working out at. I have friends, Abdi, lots of Abdis. The reason that's funny is, like, I've met probably 60 different Abdis in my time here in Minnesota over the last 5 years since graduating college. The first family I had met that's Somali, very positive influence, and it's like, hey, these people aren't terrorists. Somalia is not filled with terrorists. These people didn't bomb the Twin Towers. Like, they're just trying to find refuge away from their country as of now. I also have 2 younger brothers, and so my dad also just recently passed away, and we've kept the peace. Like, we're not fighting over who gets what or who gets the land, who gets these things. It's like, we love each other. Our dad loved us equally, and he taught us to love each other and be brothers and to care about each other. It's sad when families fight, and I see that a lot. I see that a lot in the basketball court with these young Somali guys. Like, they're fighting each other. It's like, it's kind of a joke, but it's like, because I don't know your language of it, it's like, like, they're all mad. Whenever there's a foul, it's like, dude, you guys just chill. Like, it's a game. Let's have fun. Like, yeah, we want to win, but like, don't let your winning take precedence over your love for your brother. And I had those same problems too. Me and my brothers got into fights, and sometimes it resulted in this, but never to the extent or to the point where somebody bring a gun in and try and shoot each other. At the gym, sadly, in Edina, there was an incident at the basketball court where a Somali man got mad at another Somali man and brought a gun in, shot at the dude's leg and missed. Thank God, thank Allah, God, the one true and living God. Whether you believe that Jesus is his son or not, like, that's a different topic. That's in matters of our religion. But thank God, thank Allah that the guy didn't shoot him and kill him or hurt him or anybody else. And then he shot up at the ceiling and it all, like, went out. Like, we can't be fighting each other as brothers, okay? Like, I as a Christian am praying for the peace of Somalia and for Somalians here in Minnesota and around the country. And, even though our religious beliefs are very different, are some similarities. Like, I respect the fact that your women dress modestly and decently. I respect the fact that you have a lot of babies. I think that, you know, potentially you're getting a lot of help from the government, which is nice, but it's also like, why are Somali families getting more than white families? Because I want to have 10 babies one day. Like, it's awesome that your wives get to have a lot of babies, and like, that's a good thing. Like, that's what should be happening in white families too. A lot of people just don't care about babies, and apparently the US government doesn't care about white people having children. In some senses, that's how I feel. You know, like, I'm getting taxed a lot, and like, I don't have a wife yet, and I kind of want to have babies. So yeah, like, what I'm trying to say though is like, the war that was fought in Somalia does not have to carry over and come to Minnesota. Trying to make peace between family members, Salem, is very difficult. And obviously when people start killing each other, that goes deep, and like, that stays for generations. And so I understand that the Somalians that are here in America are part of the ones who lost the three-way civil war. They were a part of the brotherhood, or the family that didn't win. And obviously it's not fun to lose. As a Packer fan and a Viking fan, I like both because of Brett Favre, if you know anything about football. I know soccer is a big sport for the Somali population, but football here, American football, is very important to a lot of us. White Americans, brown Americans, black Americans, it's an important sport. But yeah, when you lose, it's not fun, but that doesn't have to define your legacy. You don't have to be what your grandpa or your dad was. You can be different. America is the land of freedom and opportunity for all. And I want to see the Somali population thrive. I want to see your beliefs respected in, you know, in your own way, but not enforced upon everybody. Just like I don't enforce my Christian beliefs on you or the US government, but I am free to be able to share them the way that I want. That's something that I foresee, you know, like, you guys have to have your own morality, and how you share that amongst yourselves is important, and how you share that amongst other people is important. We don't want to have a religious war here. We don't want to have a crusade in America. To my knowledge, in American history, we have never had a religious conflict between different ethnicities, right? The wars of Europe and the Crusades was a European thing. Christians fought Christians even for about 30 years. You know, Christians fought Muslims over the Holy Land, which is, you know, biblically speaking, it's the Jews' land. It's not Ishmael's land, and it's not the Gentiles' land. It's Jesus's land. And who you believe Jesus is as the prophet, that's important and that's good. But in my Christian perspective, he's more than just a prophet. He is the Son of Allah, the Son of God. That's important. And so yeah, you know, like, we have to be able to live in peace, just like Saladin, and, you know, like, his ways of thinking. He was a very wise cavalier among the Muslims. And I'm actually curious. I would like to learn. I have Somali friends, and if you guys find this channel and you understand who I am, and like, my heart is to save people. My heart is to help people be in God's heaven and Allah's heaven, not in hell. And I know many Muslims have that same belief as well. They don't want to just kill everybody off. Like, they want people to be saved from their view of salvation. There can be peace between us. I know there can be. There's so much that, you know, truly religious people have in common, but there is differences, and we have to recognize them and distinguish what is the truth. So yeah, if you find this channel, I actually am curious to the Somali people and Muslims in general, whether you're from Somalia, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, quote unquote Palestine. Like, my question is to you this. how did Somalia become Muslim? When did most of Somalia become Muslim? Because I know Ethiopians, right? Ethiopia and Somalia are very close countries, but the Ethiopians are Christians, the Somalians are mostly Muslims. I want to know if anybody out there can comment on this video and tell me the truth of how Somalia became a country, and also how Somalia, the general population of 19 million souls, became Muslims. If you could share a brief or even long description of it, I'd greatly appreciate that. Sincerely, your friend, Alexander. Peace be with you. And yeah, I just want to see, peace between Somalians and other Somalians, and peace between Somalians and other Minnesotans, other Americans, fellow Americans. You know, America and what it means to be American means to be a home ruler. The Spanish word Amerigo is home ruler, and that's what North and South America are named after. And what's awesome about this nation, it's one nation under God. How we see God is unique to each of us as a culture and each of us as a people, but we acknowledge that God is the one true God, is God over us all, and we need to live under his rules and authority in peace. And so, yeah, there's a lot of things that I think that Somalians, I wonder what their political views are, how they see the country, how they see the future of this country, and also how they see their future in this country, alongside people of varying beliefs and varying ethnicities. And so, yeah, thank you for watching the video for about 12 minutes. I hope you have a great night. And like I said, peace be with you. And also, your Somali tea is great. Naf Naf. The Naf Naf grill is pretty good too. And yeah, I appreciate going to the Somali Mall and having good conversations with people. Not trying to force my beliefs on people. You're not trying to force your beliefs on me. We can be friends. So Somali tea is great. I love it in the winter when it's cold.